Alright, what is up guys? As you can see, we're making a backtesting video. I asked you guys on my Instagram a few days ago whether you would prefer to see a psych video or a backtesting video first. We're making the backtesting video. I got a random month generator right here, so we can see what month we're going to go with. I didn't want to backtest anything in 2025 just because it's a little recent. I only started trading in July of 2025, so I guess anything before that would have been fine. Also, when I was getting into trading, I only backtested for about 2 weeks, so I'm a little bit nervous. I haven't done this in a long time, and I haven't done it a lot at all in general. So this honestly might not turn out that great. I'm going to try to do my best to kind of explain my thought process, but that is going to take a while for me to do. Also, I feel like I might not be able to articulate myself that well, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, this can at least help some of you guys out, and you can just kind of see my thought process, see the way I trade, and maybe try and replicate some of these things in your own trading. So, how do I do this? Yeah, once again, sorry, I've not done this in forever, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but hopefully I can get this to turn out okay. Alright, first things first, let's get rid of these highlighted areas right here. Nobody wants to see that. Time zone, New York. Alright, I did pick the right month, right? I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of on autopilot there. Alright, yeah, we're good. Okay. We'll just go to next day open. Hopefully 9:30. Yeah, looks good. Alright. We'll see how this goes. I think August is kind of a notoriously bad month, but we'll see what happens. So let me get rid of these actually. Alright, 4-hour chart, obviously pretty bullish here. We just tapped into this 4-hour gap. We might actually be at all-time highs. Oh, no, we are not even close to all-time highs. Okay. Cannot see that far back. So we have these highs, of course, on the 4-hour. I don't really want to short here, just because we're even tapping into an hourly gap right here. If I were to short, it would have to be something like this way down here. I wouldn't really want to target anything closer than that. We just rejected out of this 4-hour here. So, and we're sweeping all of these little lows that were just sitting here. So definitely prefer longs, but we'll see what happens at market open. Just check the 15-minute. I really like to look at every time frame from the 4-hour all the way down to the 1 minute before market opens, just because I think it gives me a better idea of the high time frame narrative and where price is likely to go. So yeah, I guess we will see what happens here. Okay. So we are displacing down here. Okay, maybe not. Alright. Alright, I'm probably going to look for long entries here, as long as we do inverse this 15-minute bearish gap. Need a bigger retrace. That. Okay. This could play out. This could play out for sure. We do have a 5-minute gap down here that we could retrace to. This isn't a super big retrace. This is the 5-minute gap right here. All we retraced to was this 1-minute gap, which formed the 5-minute gap. But this could play here. This would be my break-even point, internal high. Let's see here. I'm a little bit scared to take this, just because I feel like the retrace was not that deep. We are super bullish, higher time frame, so it might be alright to take this. You can see this big rejection wick here. Oops. Alright, hopefully you guys cannot hear my computer either. It sounds like it's on life support right now. I haven't recorded a video like this before, so it's struggling a bit. Okay, I guess I can enter here. I'm probably going to want to go to break even fairly quick just because this retrace is not super deep. Okay, so live market, I would have been break even by now, so that's kind of unfortunate. So hopefully I don't just get stopped out. Okay, this could even be a good entry if you missed that first one. Okay, perfect. Good delivery there. Alright, on to the next day, I guess. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I could have gotten greedy and taken all the way up to here. I feel like I probably could have. This looks pretty strong. Yeah, so I could have gotten a little greedy there. First trade of the day. Didn't want to do too much, keep it simple. But we were very, very bearish, or bullish, as you can see on the higher time frame. Probably would have been smart to just target up there, but a win is a win, right? So, next day here. Alright, let's see. Alright. So, as you guys can see here, this is kind of just a massive gap. Massive bearish gap. So, it's going to be kind of hard to long through this for me. I don't really like to play when we're in these big gaps, but we did just have a huge retrace on the daily time frame, and it looks like we could possibly be flipping bullish now, finally making some higher highs. So longs are not the worst thing in the world. It's kind of just hard to figure out what you're going to target. I could target this 4-hour gap potentially. It's not too far away. Of course, we have these highs right here. Those stick out pretty blatantly. I don't know if I already said this, but I always like to start on the higher time frames just to mark out my draws. Okay, so 4-hour, in my opinion, still looks pretty bullish. 1 hour looks a little bearish, so could be a little bit more difficult to find a clean draw here. We have these lows right here. Just, what is this? Yeah, just another early low. If I were to long this, I would probably just target this hourly gap, but I would also keep all these stacked highs right here in mind, because to me, we could still reject off of any of those, but this hourly gap is not too many points away, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get up there into that gap. 5 minute, looking a little bit chopped, but we're just going to see what happens. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, we just went into this hourly gap right here. I didn't target it because I felt like it was too close. Obviously, I wouldn't have gotten an entry there. We kind of just went straight up into it. And we displaced straight through it as well. If we get some strong closes above it here, then I will definitely look for longs up to that next hourly gap. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay. I might not get an entry here. Okay. This could be clean here. The only thing I don't like is that we still have not technically inversed this gap. So in my mind, we could still continue to be bearish, but this is the strong close above the gap that I was talking about. So I could just target. Kind of hard to get a 1-to-1 here. Let's see. I could target this high up here. I don't know if that would be a smart thing to do though. And like I said, we have these stacked highs right here, which sketch me out a little bit, but this could still play out. So in this situation where it's hard to get a 1-to-1, because you know, to play my stop at a protected stop, I would have to play it either down here or even all the way down here. And as you can see, this is negative RR. It's 0.69 risk to reward. So in this situation, you can either keep your target and just extend your stop and take the negative RR, or you can play the safe stop and target 1-to-1 into the gap, or above the draw, whatever it may be. I think this could possibly play. If not, like if we decide not to displace past this gap and we literally just tap and reject, I will at least be break even. So I'll be getting break even on the trade. So I think I will try this actually. Hopefully this goes well. Let's see what happens. Alright, not what we want to see. Okay. Okay. So probably should have played the stop down here, like I mentioned. I decided to play it at the bottom of this displacement candle instead of down here at the bottom of the retrace candle, which is usually the smarter thing to do. Let's see what would have happened if I had done that for 1-to-1. Alright, so my read on price was correct. We were going up to that gap, but just didn't play the stop correctly. So definitely kind of on me. Cleaner delivery, I wouldn't have gotten stopped out, but you know, these things happen. But yeah, on me there. Let's see what happens in the next day. Alright. So the only draw higher here is really this high and I guess this high. These are kind of relative equal highs in my eyes. Okay. 15-minute bearish gap right here. We might just displace out of that to some lows. We have an hourly gap here that we could always retrace to. Check the 4-hour real quick. Okay, so still kind of bullish on the 4-hour. This rejection wick is kind of weird. This might be an SMT or something. We kind of just rejected off of thin air. Or I guess we rejected this high right here. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. We also have London lows, or London lows down there. Let's see what happens. Okay, made it through that 15-minute gap, I think. Okay, yeah, this looks potentially good for longs here. All right. If delivery is clean, this could play out if I enter right here. The only thing that I do not like is that we would be top blasting here. We're above the internal high right here, meaning I don't really have a good break-even point, and we could always get retraced on before going to these highs. And you need a protected stop, and in my opinion, this stop is not super protected, but I'm just going to play this safe. This might be something I would take on an eval, just because we are displacing up pretty confidently, pretty quickly, but I'm not going to enter this here unless we get a bigger retrace. Okay. Oh, did not mean to skip forward there. Yeah, this is probably, I meant to enter on this candle right here, but I accidentally skipped forward one extra candle. I think this is probably good. This looks like it could play out. We'll just target simple 1-to-1 there to those highs. We got the bigger retrace that I was looking for. We actually tapped a 5-minute gap. We can get rid of this. We tapped this 5-minute gap right here. It's a small gap, but we retraced, completely through it. and now we're rejecting out of it. So I'm going to enter this here. Let's see what happens. Break even point. If you guys don't know, I typically go break even at internal highs and lows, so it's about right here. So let's see what happens. Okay, I would have been break even here. This is, one of the bad parts about backtesting. I might have been break even here after we went above this high right here, this internal high. However, I don't always go break even on a sweep of the high. Sometimes I wait for a candle closure above it. So this could, in live markets, I might not have gotten break even. I might still be in it, but let's see what happens. All right, now we can definitely go break even, and hopefully, yep. All right, cool, good win there. I guess I can tell you guys a little while ago, or a few months ago, when I was trying to become profitable, I used to always go break even on the sweeps, and I noticed that things like this, or let me explain about a bit better. I would always go break even right when we touched the internal high right here. So right here, right on this candle, right whenever it touched this wick of the internal high here, I would have moved stop to break even right away. And in this case, I would have gotten stopped out at break even, and then price would have run straight to my draw, my TP, right? So what I started doing is waiting for a candle closure above the internal high there before I go break even, and that has been working out really well recently. But it's kind of just, it's not super mechanical, right? I don't always wait for a candle closure. Sometimes I'll go break even on the sweep. Sometimes I'll wait. It really just depends on how price is moving, how confident I am in the draw. Because if I have a protected stop and I have a lot of confidence in the draw, I don't need to go break even on the sweep. I can give it a little room to run, right? So in a case like this, where we're displacing up very confidently, we get a proper retrace into a 5-minute gap. I can wait for the candle closure above the internal high before I go break even. So that's kind of my thought process there, if you guys were wondering. And I'm low-key running out of water, so I might go get some water real quick in a second. Anyways, let's see what we're working with here, and make sure I didn't mess anything up. All right, good. Still recording. Hopefully my mic is working. Again, my first YouTube video, so bear with me. All right. So immediately here, in my eyes, we are kind of overextended. We're probably due for a retrace here pretty soon. We have gone, let's see how many points. We went almost 400, about 400 points without a proper retrace on the higher time frames. We got, a little bit here and there, but nothing super deep and proper, in my opinion. I could definitely target these highs, kind of the only longs target. Probably just target these lows. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen on this day. I really don't know. We're due for a retrace, but anything can happen. All right, this actually looked kind of clean here. I'm not going to lie. We got this displacement out of the gap, out of the 15-minute gap. This almost looks like a really clean trade on the 15 that you could have taken if you were on pre-market. Something like that, but maybe not. I never take pre-market trades, so I will not. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay, displacing down. Okay, never mind. Rejecting. What are we rejecting? I guess this low here, maybe. Possible SMT at this low. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Not something that I was targeting, anyways. Let's see what happens. All right. So to me, there's still not really a confirmed draw. It looks like we did. Yeah, we did retrace into a gap right here. So, shorts could actually work here. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant to short in these conditions. Yes, we're overextended, but we're also very bullish. So taking shorts is kind of sketchy to me here, but could take something like this. I'd probably take it like that, to be honest. But I don't love it. I don't love it. So I'm gonna fade it. I'm gonna fade that setup. It might play out, and I might look stupid, but if you're hesitating on a trade, you probably shouldn't take it. It's gonna save you more times than you're gonna miss out on good trades. So I'm gonna fade this setup this time. All right, there we go. Finally, some good advice in this video. Because I've just been yapping so far. Finally, a good performance from me there. Yes, we're overextended, but we're so bullish that shorting in these conditions is just a little bit, I'm not going to say dumb, because we are due for a retrace, but it's hard to predict, right? It's hard to predict when that retrace is going to happen. We've been overextended for a long time now, right? We've been overextended for a long time, and we haven't gotten a proper retrace. So glad I faded that there. Would have gotten stopped out. I might actually be able to get an entry on long soon now. Let's see. I mean, you could enter this, but this is kind of just chopped. We're going up and down, up and down. So I'm not super confident in it. Not something I would take, to be honest. The 5 minute does look kind of clean. Let's see. Could enter here, use this as my break-even point, but I don't know. I don't like that we're going up and down here. Like, we were going up, we were displacing up strongly here towards the draw, and then all of a sudden, bang, we retrace into nothing. I don't think we retraced into anything. No, we just stopped going higher for no reason. This is a strong candle close, though, and this one. So this might play out something like this right here. We are above this internal high, but we have this here. I would just take something like, let's see. Okay, I can't get the stop in a place that I love, but I would probably just play something like that. I'm not going to enter this, but let's see if it plays out. Alright, it didn't play out. That's good. I didn't enter. But see, guys, today was a perfect example of recognizing market conditions and why the higher time frame narrative is so important, right? So I just mentioned this, but on higher time frame, we're very bullish. I don't want to short. And then right here, market conditions. We're chopping around, right? Sorry, I have a lot of boxes on the screen. It's kind of, hopefully it's not messing you guys up. I like to have a lot of boxes. Yeah, perfect example right here of why recognizing market conditions is so important. So important, and it will increase your win rate. It will increase your win rate dramatically if you guys can get better at recognizing market conditions. But on to the next day. Okay. God dang. Okay, I'm guessing this is CPI right here. I don't know. I guess it doesn't have to be CPI, but holy smokes. Look at this candle. Look at that candle, guys. 140 points. That's where I would full pour some alpha zeros for sure. No manipulation wick either. But back to business. So good target immediately. Data high. That's always a good spot. Almost always. Other targets here. I don't love any draws lower. We have this hourly gap right here. How long is this video? so far. I don't even know how to see. Oh, 25 minutes already. Oh, geez. We're only on the 5th day. So this might be a long one, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to explain my thought process a lot. Maybe in the next one I shouldn't explain it so much, and then we can get this shit done quicker. But anyways, let me try and stop yapping as much. Actually, no. I might as well continue yapping for the rest of this video. See what you guys think in the comments. If I should continue giving these long explanations, or if the explanations are even helping. Because I feel like I'm kind of just rambling over my words sometimes. But back to business. Okay. Finally, I'm going to start looking for an entry to data highs here. The only sketchy part is obviously, you guys can see, you see what I'm getting at. Big ag gap, big ag gap. So there's something to be aware of. Data high is usually a pretty strong draw. We can get through gaps like this, and still get to the data high. But let's see what happens. Retrace deeper. Okay, I would like us to retrace into this 1 minute gap. This is not super convincing to me, or it's convincing, but it's not super safe, right? So I'm gonna wait a second. Hopefully we can get down, get a better retrace. Okay, beautiful. Okay, not beautiful. What are we doing, guys? Data high. Data high. Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize how much time has gone by. Next day. Next day. Next day. Okay, is this the data high from previous day? Wow, we still technically did not get it. Maybe, I don't even know if this can happen, but SMT, maybe? Did we SMT data high? I don't know if that's something that happens or not, to be honest. I would think that we would probably get there on both ES and NASDAQ, but maybe not. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We're just going to see what happens here. We have a few bullish fair value gaps in there, hourly gaps, that we might just chop around in a bit. Yeah, let's just see what happens here. I'm not convinced higher or lower, to be honest. Okay. Like, we have this giant gap right here. I don't know where this volume is coming from. Maybe this is more news, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just new hourly candle pre-market. Longs here could play if we get clean delivery. We're in a bearish gap though, so I don't necessarily love that idea. Okay, now we touch the 1 minute. That's good, but no real entry there. No real entry. I mean, it's enterable for sure now. To this next high, this is actually pretty valid. I'm not gonna lie. I think I can take this. The only thing I don't love is, like, it's hard to get a 1-to-1, and we just took a data high here, I think. And this retrace is not super deep, but I guess let's try it. Let's see what happens. This isn't my favorite trade in the world, to be honest, but okay. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. We did retrace into this 1 minute gap. I didn't point it out, but I saw it. We're rejecting out of it. It could play. Let's see. Okay, good. Good. Not my favorite thing in the world. I don't like usually targeting past the draw like this. It's just a little bit sketchy to me, but it played out this time. So I do it in live markets sometimes, but you know, I gotta see how I'm feeling. Gotta see how prices move. All right, so I could have ping-ponged the market completely in the last 24 hours. Caught the longs, went down, touched my short target. That would have been aura. Let's see what we got here. 4 hour gap here. Looks like we are retracing finally on the 4 hour, getting a good retrace. Long targets, nothing too appealing to me considering we are moving quite bearish right now. We might want to go tap this hourly gap beforehand before going down to here. We also just took this previous day low, I believe it is, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm not totally convinced on anything. Yeah, not convinced on anything. See what happens. Alright, straight to my gap. Maybe reject out of it and go back up. Are there any low targets or shorts targets? So I know some people like to target the fill of a gap like this where we price gets all the way through the gap and down to the bottom of it. I don't like to do that because that's just not the way I use gaps. I kind of expect us to reject gaps. So I don't do that, but maybe somebody doing that on this day. Yeah, I mean, next day. Okay, glad I didn't short. We did not get down to any other targets that I would have had. Now the hourly, definitely looking quite bearish, as you guys can see. Not sure what happened here. Okay, looks like more data of some sort. Maybe this is CPI. So we have data low. Yeah, I mean, this looks like classic CPI setup right here. With this big candle, low wick down, and a candle going up to take data high. So we'll see what happens here. Those are or do we even take data high? Okay, yeah. I count this as taking data high. Some people like to count this. I don't know if that counts. I don't count it. I kind of just count this the candle, the one candle. But let's see what happens here. We're either going to continue displacing up. I mean, this kind of looks like this retrace isn't super deep, but this is kind of the model right here. Retrace and a flip. That's a pretty strong flip. But yeah, let's see what happens. I really like targeting data lows. So chop. Oh. Chop. Okay. Next day. How long is this video? 34 minutes. 34 minutes. Okay. So this video, I'm probably going to wrap it up, or not quite yet, but it is getting a little long I'm not sure if many people are really going to want to watch this long. My PC might be giving me, or my laptop might be giving me some signs right now. We are not loading the FX replay chart. Let's see. Let's see here. How are we doing? Okay, I mean, this isn't bad. My stats are pretty good, my specs. We're just going to refresh, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't reset my progress. I'm going to get some water. Bear with me. Alright, we got the bev. We got the bev. I was feeling parched. So, anyways, we're on the, what is this, 10th day of the month? Or 11th now? Been kind of mid. I took, what, 1L? 1L, that was kind of embarrassing. My stop was just not proper. Not proper by any means. Data low, still down there. Think about it. Yeah, I doubt we're going to go down there right now, considering how bullish we're looking now. We do have this 4-hour gap here. Potential there, but we are quite close to these 4-hour highs there. So we may just go take those first. Oh, what did I just hit? Don't know what that does. Let's avoid that. Okay. Target's lower. We have these London lows, maybe? I don't know. I don't really, what's the word? Distinguish between what London low and Asia low are. The session low, session lows specifically do not matter to me. I kind of just look at 1 hour and 4-hour lows. Sometimes they happen to be a session low, but my strategy doesn't involve waiting for us to go sweep this session's low and then go to this session's high or anything like that, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's see what happens here. Hourly gap down here, looking pretty bullish. I would love to catch longs to this high up here, not gonna lie. Okay, never mind. Jeez. 5 minute here, not super clean, not loving it. We do have a good draw, so it might play out. Let's see. Nah, looking pretty chopped here. Okay, now we are displacing up. You could take this. You could take this. This would be a sketchy 1 minute retrace, right? Where you're going to want to go break even pretty much immediately, just counting on clean delivery. Because this is not really a proper retrace. When you're looking for a retrace, I guess, you know, we had this chop down here, but in general, okay, this video is getting long now that I'm starting to do these explanations, but when I'm looking for a retrace, I don't want us to just do one candle down like this and then I enter. I kind of look for something a bit more gradual. You feel me? A bit more gradual. And then the flip. Okay, I messed up the arrows at the end there. How do I get this off? Oh. Okay, ignore everything to the right of my cursor here. I like to see a retrace and a flip like that. This 1 minute retrace is not super good. I like the draw though. I like the draw. I mean, it could play. It could play. It is a sketchy 1 minute trade though, so I don't typically take these. I would recommend you guys probably don't take them. I'm going to play my stop down here just because it feels safer. We have a 1 minute gap here, so we might retrace a little more. Hopefully we don't go all the way down to my stop. Would I take this live market? Sometimes. I mean, it's just risky, right? If I'm on a dry streak, right? if I'm on a dry streak where I haven't gotten a trade in a while, and this is the best I got, I might take it. But if we're in A+ conditions, we're having a really good month, I'm not going to need to take something like this. So let's see what happens. All right, good. We can go break even. Good, perfect. This is what I mean. You want to go break even quick. Hopefully next candle, we just get straight out the draw. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You guys just have to be careful with entries like that. It was literally, we didn't retrace into any gap or anything. We literally just retraced on price, I guess. So I would just be careful with things like that. If you guys are going to take those, go break even immediately. Pretty much immediately. I didn't even need to wait for this internal high to be taken. I guess we can call it internal high, even though it's not really a proper like retrace leg. I guess it's still internal high. I would have gone break even at the top of this candle right here, right? Because it's too sketchy to me. It's too sketchy to me. Those don't always play. I've seen them fail many times before, both in my own trading and other people I know's trading. Next day. Next day. Let's see the length of the video. 41. I guess we're going to an hour. Fellas. Yeah, I'm going to say something at the end. Well, I guess I can say it now too, in case you guys don't want to watch the end. Please, 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 since it is my first video, leave some advice in the description or in the comments. I don't really know what I'm doing. It feels weird yapping to the camera like this, but it is something I want to get more comfortable with, and I want to do more of in the future. I'm trying to push out more content on all platforms. Well, I say I'm trying. I want to. I'm not trying as hard as I should be. I feel like I'm not a very creative person. Like the ideas just aren't flowing to me cleanly. It'll probably get better over time. Just like anything else, right? Just like trading. But anyways, enough yap. Let's see what we can do on this day here. Okay, so the 1 hour here. Well, let's start with the 4 hour. Okay, good, pretty good retrace on the 4 hour here. Yeah, we could go up and take. This could go either way. This could go either way. We might be flipping bearish. This gap is already tapped, so it's not really something I'm targeting. It's more of something that I'm being conscious of. If I'm going to target this high up here, I want to make sure that we can get through this hourly gap first, if that makes sense. Let's see what happens. Okay. Next day. Next day. Next day. Let's see what happened. Let's see what ended up happening. My goodness. Okay. So finally, at just before market close, 3:59 p.m., we finally took my draw. Okay. So yeah, guys, I do not trade past. Really, I can't remember the last time I traded past 10:30. 10:30 a.m. Eastern. I really don't remember the last time. I say that the latest I'll be on is 11, but I really do not know the last time that I was on at 11. Definitely not at all this year. Since I've been profitable, I don't think I've been on past 10:30. I'm not gonna lie. And yes, some days I've missed out on trades because I've gotten off too early, but whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. The longer you stay on the chart, the more likely you are to force something, right? So I'm just gonna, I don't need to be on the chart, right? I'm just gonna go on with my day. Anyways, I was not really paying attention to what I'm looking at here. Okay, yeah, big 4 hour gap here. I don't really want to short at all, to be honest. I'm not gonna short. We're just gonna look for longs. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Okay. Maybe not. Next day. Next day. Next day. Okay. Okay. I feel like the 4 hour has looked pretty similar this whole video. Let's see what we can get here. Potentially SMT at this low. I don't have ES pulled up, so I really don't know for sure. That's really my only target lower. We're so bullish. This is a retrace. Okay, yeah, maybe actually not an SMT. Maybe it's just a retrace into this hourly gap. Yeah, I don't really want to short here. I'm not gonna lie. I think, okay. I have a ideal setup here, potentially. We inverse this 15-minute gap, and then I can take a continuation to these highs. Let's see what happens. I just marked out these because I like to be aware of where other hourly highs are, even though this one is kind of my main draw. It's probably the strongest of the three. We could still reject off of these, right? And I don't want to get jump scared by a random rejection. So I like to be aware of highs like that. Okay, something's making a weird noise in my room. Okay, I don't think I'm shorting, right? Shit. I guess, maybe if we get all the way down there. It can happen. It can happen. Okay, I might have skipped one candle too many there. Okay, yeah, I did. Got a little trigger happy. I don't know, we are still kind of far from the draw, so I might not have entered this even if I wasn't trigger happy. But something like this could have been clean. We inverse this hourly gap. We got the close below it right here. So it could have worked. Obviously we missed the entry. If we get another good retrace, maybe I can enter. And yeah, by the way, if I did enter this that I was talking about, we would have gotten break even. We closed strongly below the internal. So I would have just gotten break even. So I guess W that I didn't take it, maybe. Whatever. Okay, yeah, this still has potential here for shorts. Okay, I mean, this can play, I think. This can play. The thing that sketches me out a little bit is that we're just kind of bullish. Like on the 4 hour, you can see that we are just going up. So this would, if I took this, it would be kind of predicting that we're gonna flip bearish, but it looks fairly clean, right? Let's see, what time is it? Okay, yeah, this is a new 5-minute. Or is this the new 5-minute, or is this the close of the last 5-minute? It's the new 5-minute, I think. Okay, I mean, it's a little bit sketchy. I just don't like shorting that much because we're so bullish, but I'm gonna take it. Of course, we have our break-even point, so let's see what happens. Okay, so definitely gonna want to be BE at this point. I don't like this wick at all. If I had to guess, we're probably gonna get BE here. Realistically, I might trail my stop up to here instead, at the top of this 1-minute gap, but I think I'm gonna just move to BE here. Let me see if I can get it a bit more precise because I don't want to get stopped out for no reason here. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, BE. Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah. So this 5-minute structure, pretty gross. Not clean delivery at all. But yeah, I mean the draw was correct. We got BE. No big deal, right? That's the whole point of BE, right? Usually, your draw you can get correct fairly easily. Well, not I'm not going to say fairly easily, but it's easier to get correct than your entry. Okay, in my opinion, your draw is easier to get correct than your entry. And so the point of going BE is to um, prevent bad delivery from forcing you to take a loss, right? And this would have won if I didn't go BE, but I don't like this rejecting the internal low like this and then also inversing this 1 minute gap. So I prefer to be BE in that situation. Next day. Looks like okay. Finally, we are looking a little bit more bearish. Let's see what happens here. 4 hour. We did just take this low. So, yeah. Longing here, none of these highs are really clean to long to, in my opinion. We have, a tiny hourly gap here, bigger one here, a little bit smaller one here. None of these gaps are really that good to long to, in my opinion. I don't even really see myself taking longs, if I'm being honest. Probably would target something like that, if not that. Nothing is terribly clean, in my opinion. Yeah. Maybe we'll catch shorts, maybe not. Let's see what happens. Okay. Still not really looking for longs here. And we get down to there. So the reason I did not like shorts at this close right here is because we had this extremely bullish candle and we're also chopping. So I couldn't really have predicted that we're going to go down here. At least I couldn't have. Maybe you guys saw that and predicted it. We didn't even tap into an hourly gap or anything. Maybe we hit the 15. No, I saw this 15-minute pre-market. We didn't even touch this. So, I mean, yeah, I'm never taking shorts there. This looks terrible as well. This range. But see, this is what I was talking about last time. The draw is correct, right? My draw was correct. It wasn't confirmed, but it was, correct. Next step. Let's see. How long is this video up? Okay, 7 minutes, or 7 minutes remaining until an hour. I guess this will probably be the last day. We did not quite get through the whole month, but we are over halfway. I just think longer than an hour is low-key too much for a backtesting video. Nobody's sitting here watching all that. Hopefully the recording actually doesn't get corrupted or anything. Holy hair. Okay. And my voice is starting to hurt. I should have drank more water. I can feel the dehydration getting to me. Started hurting after like the fast. Jeez, man. And now I'm stumbling over my words. Like, backtesting really fries you, bro. It started hurting like the first 5 minutes. This is also the longest I've backtested in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I never backtested. I probably backtested when I was first learning trading. I don't know if I already said it in the video, but I probably did it for 2 weeks max. And when I did do it, it was literally for not even 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, not even 30 minutes. I have some pictures actually in my camera roll that I forgot about of me taking backtesting trades. Maybe I'll whip those out at some point in the future. Could just be cool to look back on. Anyways, back to business. But the point is, I don't like backtesting at all. Some people, you know who you are. You guys like backtesting. There's somebody specific I'm thinking of. I don't know if he's gonna see this or not, but he backtested like 5 years or something of data, which is ridiculous. I can never do that. Yeah, this data doesn't look super obvious to me yet, so we're just gonna see what happens. Alright, shorts, we're in a 1 hour bullish gap. 1 hour is kind of a little bit fried right now. We're not bullish or bearish. We're kind of just bouncing a little bit. We are displacing through this gap, so good sign for shorts, possibly. Let me just make sure. Okay. This is a draw as well. I just wanted to make sure there weren't any other draws I could miss. Gonna have to wait for an entry. Okay, so we are going to continue bouncing around actually for a little bit. I mean, okay, wait, this trade actually looked fairly clean on the 5 minute. 15 minute, kind of fried. You could enter right here. And some people might think this is bottom blasting, but I wouldn't. Wait, is that the right? Some people might think that this is bottom blasting. I would say it's not. It looks like bottom blasting on the 1 minute a bit, but we have this right here. This was our retrace, right? So it's not bottom blasting. Could target a sketchy 1-to-1 here. I don't love it though. I don't love it. I'm not gonna lie. What time is it? 9:58. Okay. So we did not technically inverse this bullish hourly gap yet, but we did fail to reject out of it. So I'm gonna take this last trade of the video. Like I said, this was gonna be the last day. We might as well try it. Okay, accidentally. See, look, this is the fryness that I'm talking about. I just clicked next day open instead of place trade, but we would have gotten break even, as you guys can see. Yeah, geez, yeah. Be careful with backtesting, guys. It can fry you. It can make you think that you're a worse trader than you are. Like this right here, this performance was nothing spectacular, right? It's not the same as live markets. It doesn't mean you're a bad trader necessarily. I mean, it wasn't the worst session in the world, but definitely not the best either. So let's see what the win rate was and how many trades we took. Is this how I do it? Changes you made may not be saved. I think this is fine. Hopefully it doesn't just delete the whole thing. Data 1. Some of these are my brother's. Okay. Okay. So I don't know how much of this is skewed by the break-evens that I got, but you guys can see here the trades. 1 loss. Okay, actually, there was only, okay, it was 2 break-evens, technically, that last one, which I did not place the trade for whatever reason. 1, 2, 3, 4 wins, 1 loss, 2 break-evens. Not bad. Not bad. Better than I thought, actually. Better than I thought. This can, these stats can get you a 5-figure month, right? Stats like this can get you a 5-figure month. So yeah, guys, I guess that's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys learned something. Again, my first time doing a YouTube video. I definitely stuttered a few times, got lost on my words a few other times. Definitely got a little sleepy towards the end. Backtesting is not the most fun thing in the world. There's not much passion here, I'm not going to lie. but well, there's passion for YouTube video and the making trading content, but I mean backtesting specifically. Very sleeper. I'm sure other people have told you guys that. So yeah, um, I guess that's gonna wrap it up. Please, if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Of course, all the usual stuff. Mostly comment because I need feedback. Hopefully this mic didn't look too goofy throughout the video. Yeah, please, if you guys watch this, please comment. I need some advice on what I can do better in other backtesting videos. Of course, give me video suggestions of other types of videos I can make. And yeah, I really hope my audio and everything was good throughout this because I only tested it briefly. I think that's all I got, guys. I'm going to put the free, 100% free Discord link in the bio. Feel free to join. Trying to get it up and running. Got about 30 members right now. Again, it's completely free. No cost to you. Just kind of a cool community you can hang out with, ask questions, ask me questions anytime. We have some other people in there that are doing kind of well themselves. You can ask them questions. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.